Jitulia mensongoni alebomba muntu jitulia mensongoni Shimona panganda umwana tamona ngale bomba tata mona fyatina kwata kulimata konka
2 p.m. to 30 p.m. and of course my name hello, good afternoon. Wakalinda, how are you?
Oh, good afternoon. I'm fantastic. It's a wonderful day.
Yeah. How's the weather there?
You know what? For a change, today it's a little warmer. I mean, it's been gray all week, and we have some blue sky sun, and so that makes some of us very happy, you know.
I know.
Yeah, the weather is changing tomorrow, so it's winter, so as we expected. So we appreciate 52 degrees today, and then we go down to 40 something tomorrow. But it's all good.
It's all good. I know. Yeah, same thing here.
Yeah, it's all good.
Same. Dr. Danny, how are you?
Oh, the man is early today.
He's the one that enjoys the weather, you know, more than us.
Hola.
Hola, amigos. Hola, amigos.
We have won. Newcastle has won.
Yeah, for the first time.
Not for the first time.
Yes, that's what I was waiting on. For the first time, the good man shooting. Excuse my French. Great God, if a Panyonyo lost to, oh my God. I deserve a drink tonight.
People, we are winning on behalf of Arsenal. Arsenal can't win on their own.
Just play your part.
So we are thanking you. We thank you profusely for today's win. You deserved it. There was this talk about Haaland getting his 100 score, whatever. Who cares? It really touched the boy in the second half. Very happy about it.
Yeah, we are Liverpool, Man City. Those are Arsenal's opponents.
Yeah.
We're beating them on your behalf.
So we just need to take care of the game tomorrow, and then we go 7 points up again. Oops, I love it.
Yeah, tomorrow is a big one. So,
it's a big one.
We'll dive into that later on at the end of the show. So let's start the ball rolling. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. This is the REDTAGMEDIA podcast, broadcasting live from HQ, Ontario, Canada. And my name's Chanda Chilufya. And of course, I'm joined by my colleagues, Dr. Danny. He's in Puerto Rico, enjoying some good weather, but he's a Canadian. And of course, we got our lovely lady, the voice that matters. That is Wakalinda, and she's also joining us. Just to tap in.
Are you calling me Wakalinda? Me? Am I Wakalinda? Are you kidding me, Gachi? Now that's good.
What did you hear?
You said
Kaunda. I was like, what the hell?
No. Kalinda.
Okay, now you're clear.
Okay. So anyway, today's show, guys, it's packed. Of course, we have so many things that have happened. From the abduction of alleged abduction of given Lubinda, and of course, firing of each other, He went, he fired his friends. They also went and they fired him. Who knows what's going on? And just a synopsis, and as well as the upcoming 600 megawatt solar plant. No, not solar, actually. It's a thermal plant. That's going to be built in Sinazongwe. I don't know if you guys know about that one. 600 megawatts.
Oh yeah, we saw the pictures of the equipment.
Equipment is already arriving. Yeah, it's already arriving. You know, so it's a big deal. It's a big thing, and of course the 1.5 billion crude oil refinery plant that's going to be constructed in Ndola, because everybody was crying, oh, why Indeni. Oh, okay, fine. Here's a brand new refinery, crude oil refinery plant for you guys. China, our all-weather friend. They've decided to come again, to our rescue. Of course, we know they're going to rebuild the TAZARA. So Zambia will be opened up from east to west. So basically, the same railway system that was built, back in the 60s, 70s. I'm sure that Danny would, you can remember very well. Some of us who were not even there at that time. But it was a very strategic railway line that's going to be enhanced. Everything new lines, new cargo, everything like actually the Indian Ocean, $1 billion investment. And of course we saw the premier Qiang, who came to visit us. I only like it when the president says sure. So those are the topics, ladies and gentlemen. So that being said, let's tackle the first one, which is the most important topic that everybody's been talking about for the last 24 hours. Is the abduction and the confusion in the PF. Like, I don't even know where to begin in the PF, but who wants to tackle this first?
Well, I would like to rebrand the given Lubinda to Malukula. And I say so because, one, how do you announce dismissals at midnight? Who is at work at that time? I mean, what's wrong with that man? I haven't had a chance to look at, because I need to look at the PF Constitution before I dive into it fully to really understand what the Constitution tells us, whether it gives him power as acting president to fire people willy-nilly and appoint his friends. I mean, how do you accept to be deputy secretary general from a point of view of being president of the party? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
That's a good observation. That's a good one. That's a good observation.
Maybe before I go further into that, I'm going to put a caveat on that. Let's talk about that abduction. And that man, I mean, come on now. I mean, for me as a supporter, I was disappointed to see suspected, UPND cadres engaged in violence, because basically, I mean, for all the differences that I have with Mr. Lubinda, because him and I go back, I know him very well from when he was just a store manager at Kenisha's Boys. So that's a story for another day. Because him and I know why he ran away from the school. Anyway, that's a story for another day. I mean, how do you abduct a senior citizen like him in broad daylight?
Okay.
Are you the custodians of the law?
Yeah.
I mean, who gives you the right to I mean, come on. That's not a good, picture we want Zambians to see. We're coming from a background where our people are being gassed. We come from a background where our people are being shot, killed on the streets of Lusaka. We come from the background of all this violence that was administered on our people, and we now should be the ones, projecting such scenarios on especially a senior citizen like Given Lubinda. I mean, forget his politics at this point. But all the same, I appreciate that Home Affairs Minister came in, Jack Gihunia. He's also my MP from Monza, by the way. He came in and, issued a statement, and we saw the arrest of those seven. I mean, they're young boys, 20-year-olds. What are you doing on the streets in the broad day? Shouldn't you be in college? I mean, come on, people. We can do better, but certainly I appreciate the reaction from the top leadership. But at the same time, I'm gonna heap blame on our Secretary General. This falls on his head. He needs to put people in their line. We need all to toe on in the same line.
But how do we know that? How do we know that he's really UPND? Because I've heard reports that he's actually not even a UPND member.
No, but the seven boys are UPND. I mean, come on. Let's just at this point, let's just accept and move on. We are glad that the government moved in and those boys were arrested, and those and they'll have their day in the court of law, because in the PF such things will never happen. But they were arrested a day later, so I'll give them kudos there. But we could do better. Dog.
Yes, I agree with you that there's no way we should go back to our past violent PF era when people used to be manhandled. They call it manhandled like that. So it's good that our party is a party of law and abiding party. So they found those boys and they have arrested them. Now, to me, those boys were, they are ignorant about the law, definitely. Because in their view, when they heard that Lubinda is in town and they're UPND, and they were thinking, okay, we have to, show the party that we are patriotic and we are able to handle things that are happening in our area or something like that. So for them, they were thinking the party is going to applaud, clap for them that, oh, they did that. They took the law into their hands. They handled the Lubinda and took him to the police. So to them, they were thinking they're doing a duty of being good party members, which is very, very stupid of them. They didn't realize that they were breaking the law. So in my view, really, they didn't really want to, they didn't willingly want to harm. He wasn't beaten. They were just, they just got him, started dragging him over to the police and started demanding that he shows the permit for holding a meeting to the police. All right. So it was, for them, they were thinking, when the party leadership hear about this, they're going to praise us as, being good party members or something like that. But yeah, so I think they've learned a lesson. You don't do that. And it's good that our party has taken that action of making them be accountable for that action. Okay. Now, in terms of the opposition, Munduvile and their like, they wanted to take advantage of that scenario by saying he was beaten, he was abducted, he was what. They wanted to exaggerate things. We don't even know where he is, blah, blah, blah. So the truth, it was just roughly handled, dragged to the police station and demanded that they see the permit that he had. And that's the reason why Lubinda is most likely has forgiven them in a way, because I think they didn't really do something very terrible. They didn't beat him. They didn't do anything. And that's why he's not even talking about it. Last time they wanted to ask him, he said, I have bigger things to talk about other than that incident. So for him, he has just, he's not talked about it. Just gone. It's a gone thing. And he knows as well that he didn't have permit anyway. He had no permit to hold that meeting. So as well. So he knows that he had broken a little bit of the law down there. So I think they also forgave him. He forgave the boys and is moving on with bigger issues within his party. So I think that's what happened. So no opposition leader is going to take advantage of that now. And they're not talking about it because it's over. Those boys will appear in court. Most likely they'll be charged. They'll pay a fee or something. And then that's it. We move on. But I think they've learned a lesson. Don't take the law into your own hands. They are law
Yeah.
enforcement officers, not you as a citizen.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now on the bigger, stories and picture is the confusion in the PF.
Yeah.
Now, because he was there, he had a press conference, and he's fired. I think most of the NMC, committee, he's fired them, including about Davis Mwila, and we were very worried last time he was on TV, and he was on TV again. The following day, I think it was today or whenever. Also, got attacking him. Like, look, what's happening in the PF now? Now the PF is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a fragmented party to a point where it won't exist anymore.
The Chief Mpezeni was visited by Nzovu, I think. Colin Nzovu was in Eastern Province. He clearly stated that he told the minister that stop talking about PF. PF is finished. Don't just even talk about them. They are a fragmented party. That's Chief Mpezeni himself. He said, when the PF is still, just don't even give them an ear. They are all finished. I think that's the truth. PF is a finished party. There's no way they're going to mend their differences. Now, to me, the way this thing has, been developing, in my view, this all stems back to the leadership style of Lungu. I think this where it starts from. When he appointed Lubinda, Nakachindas, whatever, holding those two parties, acting president and secretary general, on his own, he just woke up. He has got the powers. But I think that appointment of Lubinda as acting president, when he stepped down, and Nakachinda as secretary general, I think the general PF membership didn't take it well. I think they didn't like it. And it's only now that Lungu is no more that they are showing the true colors of what that dislike of Lungu's appointment, appointing Lubinda as their leader is. Because now that Lungu is no more, they are now showing the true colors. They no, we don't want you to be our leader. We don't want you to be our leader. So, that's the truth. So they have not liked Lubinda all this time, but they were scared of expressing their views because Lungu was still alive and still around. We could have disciplined them. Now, Lubinda too. I was discussing this with my colleague Chandagazia. Lubinda as well, when he was given the realm of power, when he was handed over the powers by Lungu, he should have taken that authority. He should have reorganized and consolidated his power in the party. The problem, what he did, he sat back and relaxed. And never really, he just became like an ordinary member of the party when you are actually supposed to be leading the party. So he sat back and relaxed, and people started doing things on their own now, like, oh, this one will come up, oh, the Malukula would come and say something, this one will say something. So he didn't really lead the party as a president. He should have really taken over the reins with authority so that he tells everybody, hey, I'm the leader. But what he did, he was given the powers, he sat back. These guys were having press conferences every day. The Nakachindas, the whatever, him was just in the background all the time. So I think that is where we are now. People started, walking over him. They just think he's an ordinary member of the party when he's a president. The president has authority in the party. So he's supposed to have shown that he's the boss, but he really relaxed too much, and then that's what we see now. These people have ganged up against him. Definitely, he's not liked by the people that are aspiring for power in PF. They want to chuck him out of the equation, and he has a big battle to fight right now, because he's all by himself. He's trying to organize people to work with him. I mean, but everybody in Isala, they say Vamutantamuga.
Vamutantamuga.
Vamutantamuga means someone is stepped away from you. You try to bring, hey, come closer to me, and they say, no, sorry, I'm not with you. Vamutantamuga. So
Okay, like everybody's like running away from.
They're like, no, I'm with Mundubire, I'm with this. Hey, are you with? No, sorry, I'm with this one. So that's why he's finding it very difficult now to organize himself as a leader. I mean, the party leader, because nobody wants to work with him now because he's too weak. He's a weak member of the party right now, and he doesn't have riches or resources as much as other members have, the Mundubires and all that. So that's another weakness he has. As a party leader in African politics, you're supposed to have Ichidunku Jandarama.
Yeah.
You cannot be a leader without Ichidunku.
No.
So if you don't have money, nobody will respect you as a party leader in Africa.
Yep.
So you have to. So this is what's happening. He doesn't have those resources to dish out the way previous party leaders were, Lungu and Mundubire. Right now, that's why he's very famous, because of the money he has. He is able to organize people, even the Malukula scam with the Chidunku from South Africa. So that's what counts. And if you sit there, you have no money, and you're just talking, even if you have a good position in the party, nobody will listen to you.
That's the point. That is
so he's done. But finally, my only worry, which is the last nail on the coffin, will be during the convention, when they're gonna fight.
Oh my God!
Fight.
I think that should be the point where the police should actually be there, because those guys, me knowing how they are, it's going to be like a war zone. Bloodshed. There will be bloodshed.
There will be pangas there. There will be stones. There will be everything. So the convention will be very bloody, in my view. And after that, we don't know what's going to happen. Probably the party might even be banned because what they're going to do during the convention. So they must be very careful. They might not even be on the ballot if they're not careful. Yeah.
I mean, it's
can I just jump in real quick here? First of all, there's not going to be a convention. Because I can guarantee there is not going to be a convention. Because whose party are they going to hold that convention under? Unless if they hold an illegal one, because the person who has the pen, or as he says himself, the one who has the Lugwalo, it's Robert Chavinga. And Chavinga has already said PF are not having a convention. So unless otherwise they buy somebody, because there are rumors that Malukula Makembe Zulu is trying to buy the National Congress Party to run under that political organization. But whose party are they going to use?
Well,
because whatever they're doing right now, it's illegal.
No, I think at this point, because it's still an organization, and anybody can join an organization or leave an organization. So they can hold a convention, but in terms of participating in the elections, that's where the legal things now come in.
Even holding that organization, it's illegal.
Yeah, but they've been holding meetings. Right? They've been holding meetings, press conferences as Patriotic Front.
Yeah.
Same thing with the convention. They can do that because it's an organization. It's a.
Well, you know what? Here's what's going to lead, because they have already been warned about holding meetings under peer. So Robert Chavinga will soon come and issue a statement here and say, anybody, the courts have already declared him legally, so everything they're doing is in contempt of court. So if Robert Chavinga goes back to court and gives the judge evidence of what these guys are doing, that judge will then issue a bench warrant, starting with Mundubira and all his rally he was doing at that secretariat of theirs. Even Lubinda himself will be found in contempt of court. Watch my words. When that time comes, you will say that Kalinda was right. I'm telling you.
You know, at the moment, the law cannot come in because as Zambians, as citizens, we have the right of assembly, okay? You cannot prosecute somebody for meeting his friends and family to have a meeting. So that's what they're going to use. The right in our constitution allows them to meet, whether they are a party or their family.
Thousands of people at a partisan secretariat, where you're not supposed to be. That's an illegality right there as a lawyer. If you're a smart one.
Remember, they are all party card carrying members. They are members of the party.
They are, but they're not in leadership. The person who has leaders.
That party headquarters, they're allowed to use it because they are members of the party.
No, not without permission. They are using it without permission right now.
They are all members of PF. They have proof that they are members of the party, and they have the right to use the headquarters.
So at this point, the way I look at it is this: at this point, because I mean the Patriotic Front is a club. Okay, that's like any organization, just like Lions Club, right? You got different branches, different you can go and join and go and hold meetings in different sectors and different areas in that particular
but those meetings have to be sanctioned by the leader.
But when it comes to
you can't just wake up and have a meeting without a sanction from a leader.
No, but that's where it comes in. Like when it comes to appointing or making, saying, okay, you are now going to be the president. Now that's where the legal terms come in.
They'll be in trouble at that time, yes.
When they come now to say, okay, Patriotic Front, we have chosen for example's sake, Chavinga, not Chavinga, Munduvire as the president of Patriotic Front. He'll be the president. He's going to lead this thing, in the next coming general elections. Now that's when the ECZ will come in and say, okay, fine. Let's look at what the law says. Okay, this organization, who now is supposed to, who has the papers, and who's responsible. That's when they'll bring all those issues up, and then they'll tell them that, no, look, here what we have here at the ECZ is this. And you are coming, you can come. I mean, they can choose, they can dream, they can do whatever they want right now. But when it comes to that point, that's when there's going to be a roadblock. And that roadblock will be an ugly one, because they will tell them what the truth is. They say, this is what it is. And then now they'll be confused now. Before they even realize it, the elections will be over.
Yeah.
So that's why it is.
The ballot papers, by the way, very soon, all political parties are supposed to submit the names of their candidates.
Yes.
So that we start printing the ballot papers.
So
anyway, very soon they're going to run in problems.
No, let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. This PF thing, it can never end. Let's move ahead. Sinazongwe finally is going to get 600 megawatts of a thermal, power plant to be installed in Sinazongwe. What does that mean for the southern part of Africa, Zambia? What does that mean for power generation in the country at whole? Because I mean, 600 megawatts is not a small deal.
Oh no, it's big.
You see what I'm saying? It's not a small, walk in the park kind of deal. This is a huge business deal, a huge investment. And as we're speaking, already machinery is moving in from the port of Dar, coming into the country. Those large cylinders are already on their way. So it's going to be done in 2 phases. The first phase is going to be 300 megawatts, and the second one will be another 300. So these are the issues, when people are busy complaining, saying, oh, load shedding, oh, no. The government hasn't stood still, and the government hasn't folded their arms. These are issues that we can actually say, you know what? In the next coming, 10 years, load shedding will be, a thing of the past. It won't be in the conversation of any Zambian. But now, let's suffer a little bit as Zambians. I don't know. I've never been to Sinazongwe, but can you get? I don't know, Wakalinda. Can you tell me, a little bit about Sinazongwe or Danny?
Yeah, Sinazongwe is a very ideal place for this type of power generation in the sense that it's very mountainous, okay? Very mountainous. And what happens is in those mountains, there are some cracks which go hundreds, if not thousands of meters down to the earth mantle, where the earth is very, very hot still underground. Okay? And then you have these streams, rivers. If a river runs through that thermal crack, okay, in the mountain, the water goes in that crack and gets heated, so you have steam coming out, like something boiling. Okay?
Hot springs, eh?
It's like a hot spring, but in the mountain, in the cracks of the mountain.
Okay.
So, and then naturally, there's a river that passes through that crack, and the water is heated naturally. That's what thermogenetic power is. So all you do now is to get turbines, the like generators. You put them on top of that hot boiling water, which is naturally being boiled by Mother Earth. And that steam comes out like a kettle. When you're boiling a kettle, you see that steam coming out of the kettle. So that steam is the one that will be driving the turbines. And then generate electricity. So it is a natural way of generating. You'll just let nature do the thing on its own. And all you do, you put a generator on top, and it gets turned by this steam that's coming out from the underground. So that's the reason why Sinazongwe is ideal for that, is because of those mountains, because it's that Chirundu area, or that mountain range, which goes all the way to Eastern Province, Mozambique, whatever. So that's the reason why Zambia can utilize that natural power generation capacity of those mountains. So that's what they're doing. So it's low. You would relatively call it low cost, in the sense that you have nature boiling water for you. You don't have to invest money to boil the water in there, like in other cases. So that's what's going on.
I think there's also coal there, isn't it? Like there's even coal.
Yeah, because of the same mountains, there's coal on the surface. Okay, because the mountain range. Core is supposed to be deeply situated, okay? But because of those mountain ranges, like the earth folds up and down, so there are points in that part of Zambia where the core has moved from thousands of meters deep. Now it's found on the surface. And that's why the Mamba collieries and all that, they're just mining it. It's on the surface because of nature has brought it from... Because core is formed by these trees. After 1, 2, 3 million years, they go very down there, so they become coal. So it's vegetation that just becomes carbon.
Yeah.
But for it's too deep. But we are lucky that in parts of Zambia we have that coal has come from way down to come on the surface, and we're able to exploit it. But coal generation of power using coal is still regarded as not green and not very it's not encouraged to use that because it depletes the ozone layer. But the thing is in these days and modern technology, there's a way of making it a little bit cleaner in the way of generating power, but still it is it's not a very clean form of producing power.
Bakalinda, I don't know what you got to say about this.
Well, I mean, everything
that... Sometimes I hear Sinazongwe. There's the same place?
No, they're different places, but they're in the same area. So anyway, for me, I mean, I welcome the development with reservation, and I'll explain why. So I welcome the 600 megawatts that plus the 600 megawatts that Mamba collieries are, producing, will add on to the 3,005. Let me just say 4,000 megawatts of our country's needs. So it will offset that. So we welcome that development. However, and it's a big however. Personally, Seriously, I've never trusted the Chinese. I've never trusted the Chinese.
Okay, what do you mean?
What I mean is that, the doc has just told us that's a valley deep in the jungle, and we know that area has minerals. So if we don't monitor those Chinese, let me tell you something. They will be getting trillions of dollars worth of minerals out of that area and sending it to China. And all we are going to get is that coal plant.
Okay. So you're saying...
for me, we need... go ahead.
I think what you're trying to say, or maybe if I understand you correctly, is that they may mask to come in to say, we're coming to invest in the thermal plant coal, open up that coal center there, power plant. But in the background, there'll be illegally mining. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is that our people should keep their eyes on the ball. They should not just look at the coal plants. They should look at what else the Chinese are doing in that area. That's what I'm saying. So we welcome the investment with open eyes. Open arms. However, let's be smart about how we're going to monitor the Chinese with all their equipment and everything else that they're coming to get out of our country. That area is rich of mineral. You name it. Gold is there. Emeralds is there. There's a lot of minerals in that area.
Untapped.
Untapped. And this is a fact.
Yeah.
I'm not talking from without.
When you drive there, by the roadside, you find these boys selling those minerals. They will stop you and sell those to you. They just find them in those mountains. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a how that? Well, man, they must be smart.
It's the terrain. The terrain is so bad that even the roads you can't build good roads in there because the mountain is so mountainous.
Eh?
Yeah, but the local people go in those mountains and they find gold, emeralds, and all this stuff. Yeah.
And if there's anybody that can do anything like that, it's the Chinese. We know how the Chinese are.
Yes.
We know how they are.
Yeah.
So I think
there were South African. Is it a month or two ago? They found a few South African company in that area mining.
Really?
Illegally, yeah. I don't know. I think I was reading somewhere where they found them in the middle of the Sinazongwe
area. It's not even reading. There's a video. There's a video on the social media.
Yeah.
And they were mining. Is it gold?
Yeah, they were mining gold. The South African, just in those same mountains, illegally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's I think that's something that we need to tackle at a later stage and exhaust it properly and see, because I think if you are saying that the government, obviously they know these things and they know that we have all these strategic minerals there already, and maybe it's a step in the right direction, because for any mining company to thrive, they need energy. So if energy comes in first, and then they say, okay, fine, then they build a mining plant as well. It's a plus. But who knows? Right now we're talking about the energy. So 600 megawatts, and there's no way they can just come in to say 600 megawatts. I think they have the information that you're exactly saying. So they know that, look, even if we invest this kind of money here, we're going to get more.
Yeah. When you see a Chinese premier come to an area, they don't just travel for nothing. That's a big position to travel with that Air Force One type of plane to come and land in Zambia.
I'm telling you.
There's honey and butter. Yeah.
Okay. So, refinery. Finally, we were going to have our own. Since Ndeni closed, There's been talk, especially I've been hearing about Harry Kalava saying like, look, the government made a mistake to decommission,
refrain that Indeni is still open.
Well, yes, it's still open, but now it's running as a point of bringing in finished goods instead of crude oil. Because the way it was built to bring in crude oil.
That's the difference. So we can't say it's closed when there's a functionality and companies are working.
Yeah, so it's working in the sense that what you mean, a fuel is coming in, directly. They have to flush out the pipes and start bringing in directly diesel and as a finished product, as opposed to what it was meant or built for. Back in the days of Kaunda, it was meant to bring in crude oil, and when crude oil comes in, you separate it into different various, bitumen, all these kerosene, and all these different types of fuels. So that was condemned highly by the opposition. Bakalava was talking about it every day. I could remember he was on TV. I think even last month he was talking about the same thing, saying, no. The only thing that's needed is this. The only thing that's needed is this. You shouldn't have closed it. Now you see what's going to happen. But look, the government said, look, I think the government was trying to find a way, maybe to say, okay, fine, okay, for now, if you can do this, and then build a new, because fixing something, like Indeni when was Indeni built? Indeni was built what? In the 60s, 70s?
I think it was 75 or somewhere.
So obviously the machinery there, the equipment there must be obsolete by now. So for just to bring in to say, okay, let's fix this little thing, and then it will be back on track. Next thing, this other thing is not working. This other thing. I think this move of just to build a new refinery is the best solution, as opposed to just fixing it. So I think it's something that should be applauded, and it's going to cost about $1.1 billion. That's a lot of money. I didn't know that's how much. Damn, refinery, 1.1 billion.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the good thing is that 50% is Zambian owned, IDC.
IDC, yes, through IDC.
And the other one is China.
1 point. Now you can imagine, like, how much money would it have costed Zambia just to fix Indeni?
No, Indeni is too old.
Mm.
Indeni is too old, and it has constantly been running under care and maintenance. They call it care and maintenance. And when you start running, it's like owning a very old car. Instead of buying a new one, you end up spending more money maintaining an old car. The best thing is just go and buy a brand new one. That's the same thing with Indeni. So the best thing now is just to use this money and get a new one. Yeah. It's and the other thing, by the way, it's also gonna be this project also has power generation capacity too. It's not only refining. It will have 100 and something watts production of power too. I don't know what that will be, but it's a combination of refining oil and also producing power at the same time.
I think they're saying they're going to build a side, side by that. I think it's a solar power plant as well. I think 100 megawatts. 100 megawatts, which is recommended. I think all these new companies that are coming in, that should be like the sort of like a condition. If you're coming in with a new company building it, come with a strategy where you have a power plant to power that industry as well. Don't forget about ZESCO completely. ZESCO should just be like a plus. So I think it's good. But Kalinda, you're quiet on this one.
Oh no, I'm just gonna say it's a premium for us. I just hope let's not end at Indeni on the Copperbelt. Let's spread this development also to other areas like Eastern Province. We need to generate jobs there for our kids. And so definitely a welcome move, and we can't wait for the commissioning. That way we also deal with, the price of, petrol and diesel on the market. And so with lower, costs, then it means, those benefits are passed on to the consumers. So it's definitely a welcome move, a welcome investment.
But we have to think about such massive projects. We remember Zambia. I mean, the refined oils that we'll be getting from there. There's too much compared to the Zambian demand for the local market. So the thing we have to make sure is to make sure that we secure markets to our neighbors as well, because this oil that we're going to be producing or refining, it's just too much for the local consumption alone. So do we have the market? They call it market risks. Whenever you are doing that type of, have we explored people that are going to buy this oil from us as well? Because if not, we're going to be running at a loss.
I don't know. Not on this one, but doctor. Yeah. There are just certain things that are needed to run every economy in the world, and that's why you see, like most developed nations, the big powers, they have what they call oil reserves. As much as they produce a lot of oil, America has a lot of reserves. Same thing with Zambia. We also need to start building up that portfolio to have reserves.
Remember,
and our neighbors as well, because like we're saying, look, we're linked now, and with all this TAZARA coming in, newly built TAZARA, the Lubinda corridor, all these are markets. So our neighbors, they'll find to say, oh, can we go and import oil from Zambia because it's cheaper there? Because we have the capacity now. We have got the capacity, and we have the refinery, and we have everything. So people will be now trickling down to come to Zambia to buy fuel. I remember a long time ago. Just let me finish one point. Long time ago, when I left, I was living in Livingston. We used to go to Kasani. Oil, if fuel was cheaper there, you would drive there. You Mwavika food tank, you come back, and you're good. Every time you want to buy fuel, you drive, you go put Mwavika food tank on Mwavwe, because it was cheaper that way than buying it within Zambia. So people will be like, all these neighboring countries, Botswana, Zimbabwe, they'll be coming to Zambia. Let's go to buy fuel in Zambia. You see
that's what I wanted to tell you about the refineries of oil in the region. We face huge competition. They are competing established regional refineries, very established. So it is not that we're the first ones to do this. Angola has better refineries than we have. South Africa has better refineries than we have. South Africa is basically supplying most of it. So we are not going to be the what can I say, the only sole supplier of whatever. We are going to be facing competition with established regional refineries, which are already here. And to get the market to get the refinery products market from South Africa, Angola, Botswana, these guys are well established. They've been doing this for many years. So it's not just that easy. That's why they are saying, if you listen to the analysts when you're talking about this project, they were saying that we really have to be very, very realistic about the way we're going to operate it, in the sense that our crude oil that we'll be bringing in will be in dollars, okay? And we should make sure that our product as well, when we market. The problem with most government-run companies like Zesco, this and that, is that you tend to buy your product at a high price, and you can't price it in dollars at a local market, and then you end up starting losing money. Okay, so as Zambians, we have to realize that this is a huge investment. I think the country, Zambia, whatever IDC has put in It's going to have 20-something% shares. So we should make sure that we are ready to buy fuel at an economic price. Otherwise, this thing is going to be running at losses. Okay, so we have to bear that in mind. And Zambians, we are very, very. I think we want free things. Okay, we want cheap things. Okay, this is going to be operating at. It's a very, very high cost running type of project, and you really need to be ready to buy fuel at an economic price going forward. Otherwise, this is going to be a white elephant. If we are
Linda, I don't know what your take is on this one.
I think I tend to disagree with the dog a little bit because I think the government.
I don't think my dog has really following that one.
I think the government has done a thorough investigation and fiscal analysis and how we're gonna benefit from this oil refinery. Let's also remember that we have a stake in the Angolan oil.
The refinery that's being built there. Yes.
Yeah, we have a stake. We bought $2 billion. I think we put in $2 billion. Tell me which African government has done that. So right there, it tells you that there is a lot that's been put in. Yes, your points are valid, Doc, and I'm pretty sure this government has looked into the pros and cons and why now we have the oil refinery. So that would be my only comment on that. So I think it's definitely a good investment, and that's just not for me it's like, let's open up other areas as well, like Western Province. What are we putting up there? Southern Province, I think, is almost saturated with What about Eastern Province? What about Northern Province? Everywhere. Let's take this development everywhere so that everybody feels that they are part of the country.
So
that's my comment on that.
On this one, Doc, on this one, I think that's certain products that there's a big cake for everybody to share. Like, it can never be enough. You know, just like even in the oil countries in Saudi Arabia and all those, like, there's no country that goes, oh no, because we've got too much oil, then we won't supply to the world. It's something. It's a commodity that's at a premium.
We are different.
It's highly sorted. These are commodities that are highly sorted, and it cannot be saturated. There's no market that's saturation whereby at one no. Everybody wants those products because they're high demand. And
for now, Chilufia, let me just chip in there. For now, yes, but remember, there are electric cars that are coming behind us.
Yeah.
And that's the future.
Yeah. So
oil is a yesterday product.
Yeah.
Our emphasis should be on electric batteries and having assembling electric cars in the country, because we have all the minerals that are required to do that. So that's where we need to be here.
That's what I wanted to say as well. The oil industry is the industry of the past. But it's a good thing to do, because we're not going to switch to electric cars overnight. We are a third world country. We go it slow. We'll be doing it slowly. But to me, to be honest, we have to be very careful in the sense that we don't have our own oil well to start doing this, because it's quite our oil is going to be expensive in the sense that we don't own our own oil wells. Okay, so Zambians should be ready to buy, because what will happen now, we'll start complaining. We have our own refinery. Why is the fuel very expensive? Still very expensive. And then the government will be forced in those political pressure to reduce the price when the production cost will be higher than, because we are importing a product that will be refining. So our profit margins will not be the same as Saudi Arabia. They will not be the same as Angola. Our oil will be our product will be a little bit more expensive than our competitors in that way, because we don't have our own oil. So look at ZESCO, for example. ZESCO supposed to be making profit and tag their electricity at a profitable rate. But Zambians don't want to do that. Zambians want free electricity, cheap electricity, but they don't realize that ZESCO production cost of ZESCO is very high. So ZESCO is forced to be running at losses all the time. They are buying electricity at 50-something cents or whatever. They're producing electricity at 50-something cents per whatever, and they're selling it at 7 cents. So ZESCO, as we speak, always subsidizing. So that's my worry, and that's the caution that I'm putting up here. That, guys, yes, it's a good thing, but this thing costs money. We should be ready to pay economic price once we start producing our own fuel.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, but the good part is, crude oil. There's so many components to it. There's so many layers and so many products that come out of the crude oil. So, and these are largely used in the mining sector, in construction of the roads, in everything. And, being in a developing country or continent, those are the most highly sorted out products. So you can break it down on what crude oil is going to give us, and those are the things that people are sourcing at an expensive rate from different parts of the world. When we have our own refinery there, if for example Malawi or Tanzania, they want to bitumen, they'll just come to Zambia to say, hey, what?
No, we can't supply Tanzania.
Well, it's just an example. I'm just giving an example. Just for example's sake, just for example's sake, whatever country, they want this, they're doing this. So of course, those are the products that come out of crude oil. In any case, and all these things are needed and wanted. Any country would need them. So it don't be like viala tomato ikavola, you know what I mean? Ikavola, then I won't be able to sell it. Put reserves. I mean,
I think, seriously speaking, for us, really, the big market would be the Congo and possibly Zimbabwe. That's what I think. That's what they'll be looking at in terms of
Malawi.
and Malawi for export.
So, moving on, the China premier was in the country. I mean, this is the first time that we see a high-level official from the Chinese government coming to Zambia. This is like he's like what like the way they call it. It's like the vice president of China, isn't it? So
the party president, yeah.
Yeah, so so it's a high-level visit that was here, and
the party and its government, they call it.
Yeah, you see, so that was a big move, and for them to do a big move like that, I mean, it just sent waves of shock to various government, where now we're seeing people, everybody wants now to come to Zambia to do business in Zambia, So I'm thinking to myself, what's so sweet about Zambia? Everybody wants to come and do business here. European Union, they're coming in. Israel, the president, was here. And Donald Jr. Trump was here. Everybody wants a piece of Zambia. What are they seeing that we're not seeing?
Hey, bread and butter, cobalt and copper. Cobalt and copper. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. And we have plenty of it. And to me, this is the time. This is the time for us to strike. They say strike the iron while it's hot, whatever they call it.
Yes.
This is the time we're supposed to put our foot down and really negotiate. Just tell them. Because they really want these things. China wants our cobalt, wants our copper.
Yes.
America wants our cobalt, everyone wants our copper and cobalt. So to me, this is the time we should have told them the way Traore has told these guys to say, you are not doing anything outside this country. You have to someone establish your batteries here. Start. That's it. To me, to be honest, that's what I would have loved my country to do. This
but
is,
we're
we are
not on
supposed
the
to be the
negotiating
hub.
table. We don't know what the agreement is or what they said, so we cannot, start condemning.
No,
Yeah.
they have come and they have said it clearly.
Mm.
We have come to build the rail lines. The Americans have built the Lubinda to come and get our cobalt. Chinese man, he said, we want to build this rail line so that we can export 3,000 tons per day. They are coming to get it. That's why they're
coming to get it.
Yes. That's why he came. He said, we want an efficient rail line that will be transporting 3,000 tons of what every day out of Zambia. That's why they're building the TAZARA. They are refurbishing it. So that's what they're doing. They are not coming to be. So, to be honest, I love my country. I love my president. I love my party. We should have insisted even 1 or 2 plants in Zambia. Please, we should have done that. My president is if he's listening, he's a good businessman. We needed to establish, I'm just minimizing. Actually, we needed maybe 1 battery manufacturing in every province. We can do that and supply the whole world because we have the material. Please, and now to start building the rail lines, and the president of this Chinese guy said, we want to be transporting this amount of tonnage per day out of this country. Telling you right in the face that's why we are building this railway. We want to be importing this from your country every day. The Lobito guy, also the Americans came and said, we are coming to get this is per day. They are telling you how much they want per day, and we're excited that we'll be giving them this. Of course, the price is for them. It's a good deal. Please, let's insist on establishing our own plants. This is our time. This is the only time Zambia can benefit out of our copper and gold. The prices are high, $40,000 per ton. 40,000. Actually, it's 45,000 tons per ton right now as we speak. And we're exporting it as raw. Come on, no, please. Okay. Anyway,
so Makalinda. I know, but Danny is passionate about this one.
I know, and him and I both, and so I find myself sitting on the fence. The thing about it, I really don't want to talk about it until I see the deal. What's in the pudding? Is a question, because there are lots of these deals, but they're not giving us, the details. Just coming for them to just come in and say, all right, we are building this, refurbishing, upgrading this rail line, and this is how much of tonnage we want to get out of Zambia. What are we getting out of this deal? Besides just upgrading and employing local workers. So that's why I come in on the fence. Like, it's good, great they're coming in, but the Chinese, they can't leave with Beijing to come to Zambia for what? Like Dania said, the dog here, they have smelled bread and butter. They know what's there. And that's why when I implore the mines minister to let us know what's on the ground, what they have found from the 30% or 40% on this aerial mapping they're doing. Tell us. Because as we structure these deals, we know what's on the ground, So without those details, it's hard for me to say anything that, I don't want to worry anybody, but, I want to see what's in the deal first before I come in and really speak from a knowledgeable point of view. But, at face value, it's a good deal. Thank you. We appreciate the 1.1 billion, and we know, our people are going to be employed. They'll have a decent salary, I hope, to make a living on. And of course, expect a lot of, mixed children coming to the play. The Chinese have here to stay, and they're bringing their DNA also. That's just on a.
What are you worried? Why should you be worried about that? That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. We need to get used to seeing black people with small eyes.
I've got friends that are actually, like, one of my friends is part, because I didn't even know this. Back in the days, in the history of the world, there were Asians actually were sent in the Caribbean. They were taken there together with us Africans as slaves. And some of them, when they lived there for years and years, about when he introduced me to his mother, she looks Chinese, but she's speaking like a Jamaican. You see
Of
what I'm
course,
doing?
yeah. There, I mean, of course, there are Chinese,
Yeah.
Jamaicans that have been in Jamaica for centuries.
Mm. So that's what it is. So I mean,
I mean,
there's, there's nothing
I'm not
wrong with that
worried.
diversity.
I'm not saying there's nothing
Mm,
wrong. I'm just
mm,
saying I'm just prepping our old people,
mm,
to expect,
mm.
that our lineage is going to be diluted. So I'm just I'm
Ah.
not worried about it. I've got to mix the kids myself, so I'm not worried about it. So.
Okay, so
All right.
the way I look at it is this. This is my opinion on this whole matter. I think it's a good one. One, because we're going to elevate Zambia from the doldrums that the TAZARA railway has had. TAZARA has been, well, let me just say Zambia Railways. It has been one of the most defunct companies. I don't know when the last time that company had made any money. Okay, so starting from the time it was built, one time I believe Basata was trying to revamp it, and a lot of money was borrowed and pumped into it. Who knows what happened? Nothing happened really, because all we just saw is some wagons. They painted them and they put in TVs, but it still was the same in terms of how it was moving and stuff like that. We need to reach a level now where we have fast trains, bullet, trains, underground, where people can move. You live in the Copperbelt. I'm coming to work in Lusaka. Now, boom, you live in Kafiwe. I'm coming to work in Lusaka. Underground train, Yandeta, boom. Within a few minutes, I'm there. Boom, I go back home. Just like that. If we reach those kind of levels, I'll be happy. That's what I'm looking at. And I think those are part of the plans of all this. And if those are part of the plans, then I'm up for it, because we're going to see people, you don't really necessarily have to say, oh, I need to go move and start living in Lusaka. You know what I mean? We're going to reduce that congestion on the roads, even population, even in the, creating all these unnecessary compounds. Because you can just simply, you live comfortably in your home in Kafiwe, but you work in Lusaka. You just jump in on a bullet train, boom, now Fika, within 10 minutes you're there. You finish your job, boom, 10 minutes you're back home. You don't necessarily have to be physically living in Osaka to work there. Same thing with the goods and services. We'll be able to stand our goods. So I think when I was listening to what the president was saying is, along the line of rail, there will be industry. So this is the point that Danny is concerned about. There will be industries built. So all these, multi-facility zones, they'll be built along the line of rail. Depending on, the location, wherever it will be, they'll build all those things along the line of rail. And they will be now, complementing that line of rail to say, oh, okay, for example, it's well known for this and this and this. We're going to build a complementary industry there. So that's what it is. But I think we don't have the full details. Like I was even saying that I think we started talking about it the other week. But I don't think Zambia is going to be taken advantage of. Not in this 21st century. I don't think so. And I don't, because I have a lot of confidence in the current government and the president of Zambia. I don't think when he's sitting down negotiating these deals, he's just sitting down, folding his arms and listening and just agreeing on what they're saying. No, I think that you say this, I'm going to say, this is what you want, this is what we want as Zambians. Same thing with you, but then if you were on that seat, I don't think you would just agree to all these investments. Oh yeah, yes, no. I think you would say no, for the betterment of the Zambian people, we need this as well. As much as you want to come and invest and put up all these things, this is what we need as well. So it's a fair exchange, really. That's what I'm looking at it, really. But I know that Danny, you're very, very concerned. And I hear you. Just like every other Zambian, they're very concerned about this issue. And we say, well, why are we just opening up? Because now if this is done, the Lubito is done, Zambia now will be open from the east to the west. That's how it's going to look like. If you really look at it really seriously, it'll be like we can move products from the Asian market into Europe and American market. And us, Zambia, will be on the center of all this business. So there's going to be a lot of activities happening. But then,
yeah, I'm listening.
So okay, so let's conclude on this one.
Yeah,
let's give ourselves some last unless there's something that we've missed, but let's conclude on this one. Me, that's what I think about it. Really, this is how I feel and think about it, because I don't believe President HH, the way I know him, the negotiator, he can just put Zambia in harm's way. No, I don't believe that. He's not going to put Zambia in harm's way. He's going to negotiate a deal that's going to be better for each and every Zambian for the next coming 100 years. For these deals, if you look at these kind of projects, they take long. It's not a tomorrow deal to whatever, but they take long. And we're looking at big investments coming in, big machineries coming in. Like there's going to be a lot of work being done. And it's going to be it's actually going to be beyond this government. Even the next government that's going to come in, hopefully to be a good government, they will carry on with the same project.
Yeah.
But we don't need but PF. Those are evil. We don't need evil PF. We don't need them, because those people, they will just shut everything that HH was doing and come up with really bad solutions and and bad programs.
Those are bad characters.
So that's where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Rakalinda, let's wind up and give us your last 10 cents. If there's something that you personally want to talk about, but Danny, if there's something personally you want to talk about, then let's wind up and call it a day.
Yes, let's call it a day. I'm at work. Anywho, my final is keep tuning in, and I might pop up tomorrow, but I can't promise. Arsenal is in North London derby, so I might pop up on Bantu. Yeah, we are watching the game tomorrow.
Tomorrow we got the derby, London derby.
Yeah, we got the London derby. Tollington Road, Mass 4. Yeah, so anyway, let's keep, people register to vote if you can. Make your submissions to the National Commission Review Constitution or whatever, which I butchered, I know that. And be proud of your country, huh? Don't, especially, this is something really I want to talk about. these civil servants, I know the pay is not that great, but when you start receiving back end deals at the expense of your own Zambian, what are you doing? We only have one Zambia. Let's take care of each. I mean, like here, of course. Now I'm wearing my American hat. Here we take care of each other. I might meet an American in Zambia, and they'll hear me out, and they want to take care of me. They want to make sure I'm good. You know, and that's the culture we need to build back home. Because every year I go to Zambia, it's all about me, myself, and I. We can do better. Let's go back to the counter days when we took care of each other. I mean, getting back, these, I mean, I call it dirty money, because how do you receive money for a piece of land that's owned by a Zambian, but because somebody foreign gives you, double, what that Zambian has paid for, and you issue a title, all those kind of dirty deals. Even, I mean, look at the disaster we had on the Copperbelt, where that, what was that Chinese company discharged, yes. I mean, that's corruption, because where is the environmental worker? Because I can guarantee somebody got some money to look the other way, all those things. So my message to Zambians today, this has been pressed upon my heart. Please, let's take care of each other.
Okay, well done.
Yeah, it's very important for what Lubinda just said. Yeah, we really need to take. We to me, it's not about taking care of each other, but just being patriotic. Let's love our country first. I think if it stems from love for our country, it will trickle down to an individual level, in the sense that, for example, everywhere I've lived in many countries, and everywhere I go, I find people are very patriotic, whereby as long as you are not born in that country, you are sort of, you never get some of the benefits that the local people will get, and you never get some of the favors that the local people will get, because you're not born there. But in Zambia, it makes me feel sad, in the sense that the foreigners are the ones that get it easy. Okay, and us as Zambians, we are not very patriotic to love our country such that we give our citizens the priority they deserve in their own country. It's very sad. It's really, really sad. A friend of mine right now is in China. He has bought land there, Zambian land in China. The sales office is in China, selling land in Makeni. And you just say, what is going on with us as Zambians? Really? I go to China right now, I'm going to buy Zambian land. I don't need to travel to Zambia. There's a sales office in China. He showed me the papers. And it's really not acceptable. Let's love our country. Let's not sell our country to foreigners. We only have one Zambia, and there's nowhere else we're going to go if we sell our country the way it is. The rate at which we are going, we might find ourselves being renting from foreigners, because even our fellow Africans that are coming from other parts of Zambia, they are coming to Zambia, buy land, and sell it to Zambians. A friend of mine, he was working for United Nations. He was working for United Nations in Zambia. He's from Uganda. He's selling land to Zambians in Zambia, Lusaka, right now, as we speak. He's from Uganda. And so you just wonder what's going on with our country. I'm not saying that let's send all the foreigners out, but it just makes me feel a little bit disadvantaged in my own country, that right now I'm fighting to get a title deed for the past 7 years. I can't get the title deed in the Shikatende one. I can't. In my own country, 7 years I'm struggling with the government. 7, and I'm not exaggerating. Actually, it's more than 7 because I started 2017. This is how many years now? 8 years. I can't get the title to my land, which my father left in Shigatende there. I can't. But the Chinese will come 2 days later as a title for any land, thousands of hectares. Please, this is not right. Napwa.
Okay. Well, beautiful submissions, wonderful submissions. And I think everybody has put out some good points. And, this program obviously has been watched by many government officials. And, hey, so who knows, somebody will call you and give you that title, at the end of the day. But that's a good point. And very worrying, information that you've given us in terms of, be able to, access something that's easy and basic that should be given to each and every Zambian. Like, birthright is birthright. I mean, each and every Zambian, I think there shouldn't be a question mark. Especially if you're going to your homeland. And me, if I go to my homeland, I go there, I just go and see my chief. I say, this is where I come from. Then, I should be given a piece of land. Just because that's where my ancestors came from.
Are you related to Mama Chikamoneka, who is famous now who is famous on YouTube now?
No, that's not the real name. Yeah, I'm famous. I'm related to the real one.
The real Mama Chikamoneka.
Yeah, she just uses. So the thing is this: the lady Babwaria.
The one on YouTube.
Yeah, the one on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere. She just uses it. Because Chikamoneka died a long time ago. You know what I mean? She's dead. That's where I'm coming from. That's the family I'm coming from. Coming from that family.
Is it true that it's not supposed to be pronounced Mpika? It's supposed to be Kumupika or something?
Yeah. Before, that's what they used to call it the old days.
That's what Sata used to say.
Yeah, Nikumpika. So that's how it is. So, but that's I'm coming from the original family. So most people they get confused and all that and stuff like that. But I spoke to her several times and she explained herself. Oh no, I was just given this name because of the way I was coming out. Okay. And she's been using and parroting that name on the internet. But as me coming directly from that family, I can tell you one thing. I was very, very young. We used to go to a house, a council house that she was given there in Kabwata. We used to go there, we go visit her because mom was like, oh, you know what, you kids, it's a Saturday, there's nothing to do, go and visit you. Go and visit your great grandma. She's there, she's alone. She used to live alone, like she was, because she was a freedom fighter. She was given a council home, and she was very lonely. So we used to, we travel from where we're living there, we go there to visit her. Wow, she was very happy.
She was living where, in Kabwata?
Yeah, that was Kabwata. Yeah, that was Kabwata. There was, if I remember correctly, there was even a park. And when you sit in the house, it's like, oh, go and play, go and play. There was even a little park there. There was even a merry-go-round. Those days, long time ago, there used to be parks around.
Oh, that's Kabwata Estate.
No, not estate. No, that time, long time ago, I don't think even estate was existing. Because it was very, very near from where we were living. I think it could be I can't really remember, but it was very early Kabwata. Maybe St. Patrick somewhere there. I can't remember anyway. This was like long time ago. Okay. Yeah. So we used to go there, and my older siblings, they can remember better, but we used to go there, there was even a little park. Go there, twanga, and stuff like that. And she would tell us stories, how she was a freedom fighter, how she started and stuff like that. But that's the story of another day. But I'm not related to that lady, the one on TikTok. No. So let's make it clear. She just uses that name, and stuff like that. And for sure, I've had. What Wakazia's? Have you seen Wakazia's comment? What is Wakazia saying?
I don't know. I don't see comments on this thing.
He's saying that.
What? Really, Dr. Dan is sorry. Sorry, Shan. No, when you.
Sorry,
really, Dr. Dan is sorry. When you.
Something like that,
Yeah.
Is spying on us.
Yeah, he needs to.
Spying on us.
Wakazia, my beloved President PS. You need to clarify. You need to clarify your point here.
He's missing you, PND.
Don't you worry, Wakazia. I'll have you on tomorrow. I'll have you on Bantu TV, okay? Don't worry. I'll send you a link. Joke, before I forget, have you re-registered in Shikatende?
Registering for what?
Your links, your family links in Shikatende. It just come to me. Well, my aunt asked for my NRC. And my aunt never really. She's my dad's youngest sister. So I was like, what? Why? Because my cousin died, who was a headman, and politics came into play. So my family has lost their headmanship rights. Do you know who has taken over? Who won those rights? Yes. So now you need to re-register your links to the Shikatende. I'm just giving you the heads up. The head woman wants your NRC.
What I realize about Shikatende, all
politics.
those people there, it's only us, some of us who are really not from there, but everyone is related there. Starting from all those villages, they're all cousins.
Yes, all those, even Kabimba is my cousin. That's why I'm saying I can't speak ill. I can't speak ill of Kabimba. I can't speak ill of the state council Kabesha. We are all related. So anyway, my line of the family lost whatever elections they had to get or take over. So the Kabimba family has the headmanship book now. So you need to register your name in the headmanship book.
Why don't you just use the old information?
I don't know. I don't know. They just asked for my NRC. That's my aunt. So I'm just giving the dog the heads, man. The heads up.
Every time something that change, you have to.
Yeah. I guess they have to re-register. I don't know. Anyway, Doc, you need to re-register your kinmanship in Shikatende. They want it.
All right, guys. So that's the story of another day about kinsmanships and all that stuff. So, Bakalinda, thank you very much for joining. Wakazia for being in the shadow, listening.
Ciao.
We'll meet again next week. And God bless. Have a lovely weekend, guys.